This morning, our interview with Melinda Gates. She's a philanthropist and now author of the new book called Moment of Lift. It's a book about empowering women. She's speaking out about the economic benefits of access to reproductive health services. It's a cause that she doesn't think is seen as a priority for the Trump administration. I asked her about her message.
I feel like that's my role. I have to speak truth in these situations. And I am incredibly frustrated and disappointed to see that systematically access to contraceptives being rolled back in this country. And the people that it has the most effect for are single moms living in not great circumstances in low-income neighborhoods. And I've met with those moms in and around Georgia or in and around Tennessee, and they will tell you, again, like every woman, they want to be able to time and space the births of their children. And if we don't allow access to these tools at low cost, they can't afford them. And so they're making these trade-offs in their families, and we are literally locking women into a cycle of poverty if we don't allow them access to contraceptives.
Reading the stories in your book, one thing that struck me of all the women you've met in these developing nations is how far so many of these countries have come in terms of progress, how big of an impact it's had on the lives of so many people around the globe. Here in this country, we focus a lot on what's wrong with capitalism right now, what's gone astray, why are middle-income wages stagnating? When I read these stories, I think, my gosh, we have so little to complain about based on what we see around the world and how fortunate we all are. And I think part of the reason that we've seen middle-income wages stagnate here is because of globalization. That's helped other countries. That's brought others along. How do you come down on the globalization argument as you've seen the progress that this has kind of kicked in?
What I know to be true is I would far rather live in a capitalistic society than a socialist society. Absolutely. And I think when we stop and think of what we have from a capitalistic society, we have to remember what we actually have. Now, is it a perfect system? Absolutely not. We need government to do its job, to regulate things, to have an appropriate tax system. As our co-trustee Warren Buffett says, capitalism does have gaps in it. And so we need to look at those gaps in society and figure out what do we do to fill them so that everybody has the chance to live a healthy and productive life. And so I also know that the American people are compassionate people, and I think we all do better as a globe when countries can grow from low to middle income to high income. And so I think we need to look at our system and say, okay, what are the great things about it? And what are the things that at this point in time we need to adjust and change? I would far rather us have that conversation than, hey, let's take our system and dismantle it. When I go to places like Malawi or Tanzania or Senegal, they say they all want to live in America. We are lucky to live here. They want to live in these types of capitalistic societies. And we just need to tune it and get it right.